I did it. I submitted my application to my chosen university for them to consider my PhD with them. So let's talk about it. Hi, if this is your first time here, my name is Melissa, and here on this channel, we talk about my journey as a 53-year-old woman undertaking my PhD at this point in my life. Okay, as I said at the beginning of the video, I have submitted my application, and to submit to a university these days is a lot easier than what I remember it to be. Previously when you had to submit to universities, you had to, provide all of this documentation, and, there was a really lengthy process to get into. Now, you literally have to look up the university online, go and have a look at the course that you want to apply for, and they have an apply button there, and it literally takes you through just a series of questions. They go through and they check your personal details, your name, your address. Here in Australia, you have to have a USI, which is a unique student identifier. And then you go through and, tick off some things for the application. In the case of the PhD, I actually had to indicate and provide my reasoning for it and what it was that I wanted to study for my PhD. Now, I'm not going to reveal the university that I am going to study with, just in case I get knocked back and not accepted. It's always a possibility. You could never be secure in these things, So, so I did that. But I have to be honest and say that I did the application originally 2 weeks ago. I went through and did the online apply, but I never hit the submit. And I think it was because I was a little freaked out by it. Like, the reality of if I hit this button to submit this application, that literally binds me and ties me into this commitment. And let's be honest, a PhD is a very big commitment. It is not a linear process. It is not something that should be considered or taken lightly, because you're going to be giving up anywhere between 4 years if you're going to do it full-time or 8 years part-time to completely wholly commit to doing research on a subject or a question that you want to delve further into. And it is a higher level of academic writing. It is a higher level of critical thinking. And like I said, it's a huge time commitment to do. So that's probably why I let it sit there for a week before I went back and I said, no, I'm ready. I'm going to do this. And I finally did submit it this week. And it feels good. It feels really good to finally say that I'm doing it. Now, like I said, whether I get approval from the university to do the PhD with them, well, that's another matter, because my PhD isn't going to be your traditional thesis. It will be an exegesis. It will be a creative thesis, and that it will have an artifact with it, as well as the written thesis concept to support that artifact. So, and I'd always intended it to be that way. I would never intended it to be a full written, so many word thesis. Because I am creative, I am a professional photographer as well. I love the creative expression and outlet that my craft and my art does give to me. And it was always intended to be that way. And also because of the context of what my PhD is, that I was never going to just write it, ever. I would very quickly get bored with doing it that way. And I also found out that some other fellow, friends that I have are also undertaking it, and they also submitted their PhD application as well to the same university, which is, it really made me feel good, because I know that although my PhD would be an individual journey, I can have the support of other students doing their own PhD journey, and that's comforting. That's warming to me. Now, the length of time that the university will normally take to respond to PhDs applications is anywhere between 10 to maybe 15 days. So it's a little bit of a wait and, biding time to see if it has been accepted. But in the meantime, I have begun and started to get journal articles and start to write some just short literature reviews in them in my traveler's notebook, which, I'm going to be sharing with you as well, and the way that I do it. I have set up a A4 portfolio of a journal that I will keep, the mind mapping and the creative artifact ideas and thoughts in there, because for that I need something bigger than just, my traveler's diary, sorry. And I also have an A5, which is simply just to jot down and carry around every day to jot down notes and ideas. So I've already started the idea of thinking and planning and starting to critically analyze and think my way through this journey. I do not intend to officially start my PhD until 2027 in the first term of that year. So I have a bit of time to really collect some information and to do some reading and to really think about the process and the planning out of my PhD journey over the next 4 years, because I am planning to do it full time. I am not going to do it part time. I don't think I have the strength within me to do it over 8 years. 4 years is my goal. 4 years is, at the end of 4 years is where I want to be. And I'm kind of excited. No, actually, I am not kind of excited. I am excited. But I am also very, very aware that this is going to need a shift in thinking. It's going to need a shift in planning. I am going to have conversations with families and friends about what I am doing, and that I won't be readily available for, things that they would, may have planned or on the go with and for students. With family. I'm also, because I am a professional photographer, so I'm finalizing all of my last clients between now and December, because I will not be taking on any new photography clients during this PhD journey. And I am also making that known in and around the spaces like my social media and my website and things like that. So yes, even though I won't be undertaking it until 2027, I am fully pledged into the planning and preparation stage right now. And wish me luck. Hopefully within the 10 to 15 days, I will have either a decline in my application or I'll have an approval. Yay! Once I do have that approval, I'll definitely let you know more about the university and the field that I will be pursuing in my PhD. But until then, feel free to subscribe to the channel to watch me go through this journey if you're considering taking on a PhD yourself, or if you're just interested in the process. I look forward to chatting with you again very soon. Oh, and I also now have a Substack, so feel free the link is actually in the bio. So feel free to come over there and journey on me with there. Well, I'll be doing weekly writings in there as well. And that's totally free too. Okay, thanks guys. Have a really, really great day. See you again soon.